Again, he is taped up so he can't hurt you guys. We're going to let you hold him. When you hold the alligator, you want to grab around his neck, the middle of his tail. Make sure that you don't squeeze his belly. If you ever squeeze the alligator's belly, you will go home wet and smelly. It's where we get fresh squeezed Gatorade from. I never really had a squirt gun. I had alligators. You just put the tail up, point, and squeeze. Watch this. We're going to start with you guys. You're our lucky volunteers since you live the closest. We're going to work our way across and everybody's holding the gator. The doors are locked. You can't go anywhere. And since this isn't Disneyland, I can't chase you. You can't do it by yourself. You grab the neck and give the other person the tail. The reason why you want to hold the head and give them the tail is the part that leaks. That way you don't have to worry about getting wet. You grab the head, give the other person the tail, put your head cheek to cheek to the other person, not the alligator. We're going to start with these guys. We'll show you how it's done. We'll work our way across. If you have any questions, my name is Daniel. I'll be happy to answer your questions. All right. You guys are all sisters, right?
Yeah.
I tell you what, we're going to get all three of you guys together. Okay? Squeeze in real close. Like you know each other. I'm going to give you the tail. You want the head?
Go, Megan.
So you want the tail, right?
Yeah.
You grab it. You might want to help her. Put your hand right there and help her out. Take it right there. You grab the head right there. If you want the tail's the head.
Okay, so what do I get?
You get to help her wherever she's going to help her. Now you put your head on that side of her head. Squeeze it real tight, you two. Cheek to cheek. Get it real close. Yeah, you can. Squeeze it as close as you can. Tilt your head towards hers as close as you can. Come on, like you know each other. Look over there now. Look at the camera and say chicken. Alligators don't eat cheese. They like chicken. You got a free hand? Would you squeeze the belly for me and show you?
No.
It's aimed at death.
No! Here, I will.
I'm going to show you how it works.
Hey.
I take it you guys are the couple, right?
Yeah.
So which side do you get, head or tail? Dumb joke, alright? Let me go put the alligator away. I'll be right back out with the next animal. It's a small, furry animal. I'll be right back. What? Making me nervous. What were you saying?
You wouldn't dare touch that thing.
You wouldn't dare touch it. You don't have to. That's why I'm not going to bring it near you. I'm just there to show it to you. The only reason why I have a tarantula is because he's big. I can sit right there and everybody sees him fine. If I get littler spiders, I have to get closer. People get upset, start kicking, punching, and trying to kill the spider. Let me get him out. Pretty good, huh? Are you okay?
On the side.
Yeah. Pretty good trick though, isn't it? There is a better trick you can do, but I didn't want to give anybody a heart attack. You don't throw the spider at their feet. You can step on it, you throw it into the air. As it lands on them, you bet they're going to run. It works great. The only problem is that they have a heart condition, and it's my fault that you guys had a heart attack, so I don't throw it on anybody. Right? Works great. Put the spider in the hand. Don't let anybody sit there. Tell them that you have a spider. You can scare people two ways. You can just scream really loud, or use the keys. The keys makes the noise. Okay? Or you can just take the spider and throw it at them. It works great. Last time I tried it was in, my dad has his birthday, or he was born on New Year's Eve. So we had a big party at our house. Like 45 people in our house. I threw this spider in the air. It was the funniest thing because in about 2 seconds there wasn't anybody in the living room. I went running out the living room door out into the front yard, laughing hysterically. They locked the doors behind me. I had to sleep outside. If you have family like mine, I wouldn't recommend scaring them on a family reunion. All right? Works great though. This is an icebreaker. Gets everybody ready for the real tarantula. We're gonna go get him. I'll be right back. Here's the real
Now,
thing.
don't you even start with that.
He does make a web. His web is not built in the air like a normal spider that you guys would have seen. He makes his web on the ground. This is where his web is. You can see it. He's got it so thick on the ground, it's very easy to see.
How come they make them so big?
The web? Well, because he stays in that small cage, he keeps going over it and going over it and going over it, so it gets real thick. Otherwise, you can barely see it there. The worst thing I've done is let 3 spiders crawl up and down each arm. It's the worst thing I can think of. It's the funniest thing. See how many people keep their camera on the spider?
Yeah.
I think of on the David Letterman show, a gentleman brought one little spider out on stage. I started thinking, what can he do that's gross with one spider? He let it crawl into his mouth. While this, I don't care how much they pay me, I'm going to keep this thing in my hand. I'm not letting it get She wants to hold it.
Anka, you want to hold? Chcesz potrzymać? I thought they were poisonous.
Every spider is poisonous.
Right.
You go around the United States and we collected a drop of venom from every spider. The most deadly spider isn't the black widow or the brown recluse.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people hate that very good. How many of you guys are afraid of snakes? She's I used to be deathly afraid of snakes. I was 10 years old and I saw a movie. Now, at 10 years old, I didn't need to see this movie, but in the movie, snakes were coming out of everything. They were coming out of toilets, sinks, showers. It wasn't really anything that scared me. It was almost 3/4 of the way through the movie, and nothing bothered me until there's one scene where a guy ran into his bathroom, he slammed his door shut, I'm safe. The snakes had killed everybody in the neighborhood. Again, he was one of the last guys to die. The snake went underneath his door, went up his pant leg, and bit him, you know, and I never want to see another snake again. At 10 years old, I thought that's how movies were filmed, was by security cameras. I was a very dumb, gullible 10-year-old. If that was caught on surveillance cameras, they took all that together and made the movies. So that's still fresh in my mind of a snake going up some guy's pant leg and biting him. 2 weeks later, I was learning how to knee ski. I picked up the knee board and looked down, there was a 4-foot water moccasin sliding between my legs. 4 years, I was so afraid of snakes, I wore pants. It was really bad because I had to wear a kind of water ski with jeans on. You guys remember swim with jeans, but I got to be a very good swimmer. Snakes can bite, doesn't matter what they are. My brother bought a snake 6 years after I saw that. I was afraid of snakes for 6 full years. Not even wanted to look at it. My brother bought one, made me hold it, and I've liked them ever since then. They can bite. I've been bitten by this type of snake a whole bunch of...
I really don't want him to again because I'll speed up my drink.
Sobie iść, dobra. Stoi przy bramie i czeka, jak go otworzy. Co?
Puma.
Ale oni na wodzie mogą chodzić. Do tego podobne są, ale mają długie nogi i mają płetwy
Exactly. Working with our animals up close and personal, let's say Dante here gets an eye infection. We can go inside the cage, rub the ointment right in his eyes. Say he gets an ear infection, go in there, pull his ear open and look in his ear. Problem with his teeth, go in there, he'll stick still, we can show you his teeth. Okay. It was taken away from his mother too early, so what he wants to do is nurse. So he grabs a hold and sucks on my tongue. Now I know it looks cute, but there's two bad things about this. First, his tongue is like 30 grit sandpaper. So as he's sucking away, the tongue is moving back and forth, all right? Second, to the best of my knowledge, milk doesn't come out of your tongue. So as he squeezes, it really hurts. I can't get my thumb out of his mouth if I try to move slow. Lifting my hand up in the air, he just bites and pulls down harder. You have to pull it out really fast, and you usually end up throwing slobber everywhere. He is drooling all over himself. Are there any questions?
Did you ever bottle feed him?
Doesn't like the bottle for some reason. For some reason, just likes our thumbs. I'm going to take him outside. He's going to lie down on the picnic table. To help out the panther, we don't breed these animals. We help out by education, grades 6 through 12 in Florida. So we're helping out by teaching kids about them before they leave high school. What grade are you in middle school? What grade are you in? 9th grade. Had you ever once learned about the panther in school?
Probably grade school.
You just don't remember? Do you remember learning
That's
anything
our
about it?
mascot. Have you,
Really?
Brady?
You haven't learned anything about it? That's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Have you learned anything about it?
No,
Have you?
I don't know.
You just don't
I
remember?
think they
I
have.
don't remember either. I grew
I
up in
think they
Florida my
have.
whole life. I can't remember learning about this. And I bring the cat to school, and I was already trained to work with him. The principal wouldn't let me bring him to school, so I had to do a normal report like everybody else. One of the bits of information that usually amazes everybody, especially when you live in Florida, is that if I compare the rainforest to Florida, Florida is losing its land faster. Eventually, it'll be nothing but Mickey Mouse land. You're going to come back and ride a monorail around the state. Mickey Mouse will be on every corner waving hi to everyone. That's Mickey Mouse. If anything happens, I've got to run that way. I don't want to have the cat tackle you. If you like, I can try to scoot out of the way and get a picture doing that. Money, you can get anything you want. Really? I've heard of people actually going to Africa. For legally, if you have a license, if you go out and get your license legally, you can get this animal for free.
You can buy them someplace?
Yeah, you can get this animal for free because so many people get them and don't want them.
I say it goes for.
Illegally, you can get these animals for $2,000.
Really? I guess no one complains. There's a guy in Canaveral Groves that grows stuff, isn't it? Or has it, raises. 4 or 5 months ago, some guy in Canaveral Groves raising a bunch of them. Not them, but different.
How do they get a license?
You have to, right now the law states that you have to work with this animal for 1 full year and 1,000 hours. And I'll show you how easy.
Right.
Yeah, he is more cougar than he is panther, the big feet, but he does have the web in between his toes, the kink in his tail. He's got traits of both. His attitude proves that he is a cougar. He is
Is there
a
any
very
real ones around
possessive.
here?
I would say there isn't any. The ones that they consider real are in the wild. Of course, Natasha. Natasha's playing in the water. You can hear her jumping around over there. I know it's funny. They're black bears, and they're not black. There's black, brown, and even a cinnamon or cream-colored black bear. So there's different colors to these bears. Any last requests before we go? Not on this boat. There's 8 car batteries. 1 spark can cause big problems. I don't see any of the big guys around yet this morning. The rain is going to get most of the gators to go away from us because of the rainy weather. The alligators head down into the water. The alligators out here, there's 200 and they're everywhere, so keep your eyes open along the banks. We do raise alligators for meats and hides. Alligator meat is sold around the world. I know it sounds disgusting, but again, it's body muscle, very little body fat. To our left-hand side of the boat is the alligator farm. The buildings look like volcanoes. Sir, you have this. Stay secret. What is it? Does it smell like rotten eggs?
Yes.
It's the water,
Is
sulfur
it
water.
algae or whatever?
It's the water itself. The green stuff doesn't smell. It's keeping the smell down actually. But when I back up the boat or go through a shallow water area, it gets to smell worse.
Gators love that smell.
They don't care because we feed them so much. This could be mud as easily as a swimming pool, and it wouldn't bother them.
What do y'all feed them?
Why do you think a lot of people have been going with them?
They're the next boat ride. Every other boat ride, we throw people in, so I save the kids for the next boat ride. You're safe. The day before that, I was sitting right over here to our right-hand side next to that island. I don't see him now. If I do see him as we go around, I'll point him out to you guys. Goliath is the heaviest. He's 13 foot long, and he weighs 1,300 pounds. The longest alligator is Jaws. He's 13 feet 4 inches long, and he weighs 1,000 pounds. And I've yet to see either of those 2 gators.
Tail's bit off to the egg.
So they do get in fights, and they get their body parts taken off. So that's why they lose parts of their tail. The term cold-hearted female. A hot-headed man. You gotta make sure. What are you guys thinking about it?
You do just for
We can win 100,000 off America's 150.
Yeah.
Give me the 10. I'll be happy with the 10. You guys can keep the 100.
How owns this place?
The gentleman that actually owns it lives in Israel. He owns 6 crocodile farms and actually bought the park for the alligator farm next door. But it's run by me. I'm the manager of the park. The house is, this is 10 times worse because you're stuck on this little tiny boat with 200 alligators surrounding you. It's not like you're scared, you can just run, you're stuck here. I don't think we're gonna have hay rides or boat rides next year. We'll have haunted hay rides, and the park itself will be haunted. We'll make sure we can scare everybody through the park. Some idiot jumps on the front of the boat if we have the boat rides, or you're on the hay ride and some idiot jumps on the hay ride with you, just wave, say, "Hi, Dan," I'll wave back to you. Minus the green stuff. The duckweed wouldn't normally be this much on a pond. It's a plant that lives on water, but it's called duckweed because ducks eat it. But since there's 200 alligators out here, they eat anything that hits the water, including the ducks. So that's why it's so, yeah.
When it rains more, though, it's less, right?
No, it stays here. Stretched to where we are here. The boardwalk is completely, well, not completely finished. They have a little bit more work to do on it, like sanding, things like that. And this rain isn't going to help it any at all. It just makes the mosquitoes stronger. I've been known to pick up small kids and carry them away. Especially ones that like to wear Reebok. How long ago were you here?
2 months. They came with you.
We were so much stuff out.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of hard to tell the difference.